HQ then. This is where all the hard work is.
Yeah.
Specialist Group International, the real-life Thunderbirds, a team of elite professionals who search, rescue and recover our loved ones 365 days a year, using some of the best and most specialist search equipment in the world. These guys do the job that others simply can't do. Come rain or shine, SGI are always ready to go. I had an Access All Areas tour with their founder, Peter Falding.
Our people, saving our people, rescuing our people.
They have been involved in some of the most high-profile missing person cases in recent years and truly deserve our full admiration. Join me for this exclusive look behind the scenes at one of the most prestigious search and rescue teams in the whole country. Let's open up the doors of those famous red vans at Specialist Group International.
This is the HQ then. This is where all the hard work is.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will recognise some of these vans from the Nick and the Bullet case itself.
Yeah.
Was it 4 of these vans you took down?
We took down three or four vehicles.
3 or 4, free of charge, doing a good deed. This is the first bit of filming that's actually took place at Specialist Group International. So quite a privilege really.
Let's find out what goes on behind the scenes at SGI.
This is Lee. Hi Lee, how you doing? You too. Nice to meet you. Stu, nice to meet you.
Stu.
And Ollie. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And just doing some drills.
Yeah. I mean, this is some of the teams. We've got obviously teams working elsewhere.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. There's over 50 units in the company. We train for any scenario, and that's why we get called in, because often the type of work that we get called to, other people won't do.
Yeah.
Especially in processes up, up trees, in tunnels, and type of work like that.
Nice slow descent, nice safe landing, and there we go, that is one person saved.
You always need what's known as 2 points of contact.
Okay.
So if one fails, you've always got a backup. In some of that situation there, they may have been on 2, maybe sometimes up to 4 points of contact when that transition from one set of lines to the other set of lines is happening, just to be, again, just ultra safe.
The minimum 2 points will be this device here, and this is also
Here?
yeah.
Is that a carabiner?
So this is a carabiner. Yeah. This is called a Petzl ID. So this is a descender device. So
Yeah.
it's a friction device which enables you to go down slowly.
Yeah.
And this is a Petzl ATAC, which is like our backup. So if this were to fail, this line, what this will do is runs on a wheel there, and what this will do is if this line was to be completely cut and fail, that would kick in and lock off, and then we'd hang off this.
So that's almost like our seatbelt jolt.
Yes,
and
exactly
it just
that.
stops the friction. Yeah.
And if there's any extra shock load on the system, this will pay out as like a shock absorber.
Brilliant.
So it's stitched and it will just unstitch and act as a shock absorber so we don't damage the line. And that's now locked. So if that's a fail, we'd just be hanging off that one now.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
So you always have 2 points of contact, so you've always got a backup.
We've been involved in quite a lot of cases where, like Peter's called, we'll go and do that for free, or we've been on a police job where they've allocated maybe a number of days.
Yeah.
And then we haven't got the result in those days, and Peter's gone, I'll get the guys, we'll stay on at my expense for another 2 days, 3 days, whatever, to try and get a result out of it,
You're getting paid.
We're all getting paid, yeah.
But it's coming out of our pocket.
We haven't got the resources, so there are very few underwater search units in the UK now. So you could be left laying in a river, the police will search as in on the bank, but the person's actually under the water.
Right.
They're not going to be found.
Yeah.
They're not going to be found.
So they
eventually
there
they'll just float up. Yes, unfortunately, remember a couple of find there are so many counties who don't have a dive capability in the UK.
Yeah.
And that's what's not public. And it needs to be public. It needs to be known that if someone's loved one goes in the river, we're searching, but actually it's volunteers searching.
Right, yeah.
It's the Lowland Rescue, who do a fantastic job, Mountain Rescue, Cavers, they do a fantastic job. The police are more on the banks, unless they have an underwater search unit. They don't have the resources.
Yeah.
So that's where we come in with all our specialist kit. So it might take, they could be searching for a week and not find it. We come in on day one, we know that the body's in that stretch of river.
I tend to find a lot of suicides do go into the water.
Yeah, we do deal with a fair few suicides.
Wow.
This year it's been pretty quiet on suicides, to be honest, for our part. There's obviously lots going on around the country.
Yeah.
In this particular area, it's been, you know,
A good thing, really, isn't it?
it is a good thing. No,
yeah.
we would rather be training. We don't want to be recovering people out of rivers.
No business to be doing that, really.
A few weeks ago, we had the unfortunate task of recovering a lady in Caterham who got bitten by the dog. You know, fatally bitten, and we had to recover her body because it was handed to us from Fire Rescue.
Yeah.
Because the bank was too steep.
Now it's time to go inside the famous red vans.
So we're going to have a look in our underwater search and recovery van now. Brilliant. And this houses quite a lot of our equipment, but not all of our equipment that we would need for an underwater search dive job, basically. So inside, we got a call now. We need to be out the car park in 3 minutes flat. We've just literally jump in the van, and we know that this van
Is it
has
ready to go kind of
absolutely
thing?
ready to go. Yeah.
Locked and loaded.
Yeah, so sort of starting at the top then, we've got obviously our recovery stretcher. Don't need to explain what that's for really,
Yeah.
unfortunately. If we find a person then...
But you don't really like to use this that much, to be honest with
We
you.
don't, and it will be something that we put out last minute, so even if we were looking for somebody, we wouldn't get this off the van until we had confirmation that we found it, they're secure, we've got them ready to go, because the last thing you want to do if families are there, you haven't even got in the water yet and you start getting the stretchers out and stuff like that, because it just
panicking,
causes that
whatnot, yeah.
anxiety that we don't want them to feel. So
Yeah.
and then these are our dive sets. So as a diver, to do any of the work that we do, we have to be commercially licensed. So to drive a car, you have to have a license. To do the kind of diving that we do, you have to be on the HSE, so the Health and Safety Executive Register, as a licensed diver, which
That's cool.
I am, Peter is, Ollie, Stu, so a lot of the guys here today have all got their licenses, and you have to carry that with you. So if I was on a dive site and the Health and Safety Executive turned up and said, "Where's your license?" and I didn't have it on me, they could stop me from going in the water. So I have to produce that as a document.
That's a good thing, that,
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
a photo
Really
ID, like
proper
a driving license.
professionalism,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So I think sometimes there's a perception that we're just like a keen scuba club or something like that. Far from
No,
it. We
not
are
at
all
all.
licensed to do what we need to do. So these are the two sets. You'd always have a diver one and what's known as a standby diver. So when there's a diver in the water, under the commercial licensing laws, you have to have someone on the riverbank, the lakeside, ready, kitted up to jump in the water if diver one came across any problems, like got snagged, had an
Right.
issue with their air supply, or just needed general assistance. You'd always have a diver kitted up, suit on, air on,
So you're
jump in.
always kind of paired up then.
Always
as in
paired
sure
up. We've all got backgrounds where professionalism is key, and it's just the way you just have to operate things for safety.
Absolutely.
But also, not only will the diver have a standby diver with him, they'll always be attached to the surface. The diver will have a tender, both divers, you'll have tender 1 and tender 2, like you have diver 1 and diver 2.
Yeah.
And it is their job and their responsibility for the welfare of that diver, whether they be in the water or out the water. When we're fully kitted up, when we've got all our kit and equipment on, we're about 60 kilos heavier. So
Right.
you imagine having a 60 kilo person on your body,
Yeah.
we're trying to walk around with all that weight, because the diving that we do, we need to be on the bottom, like literally sunk to the bottom. We're searching through reeds, we're searching on riverbeds. Most of the time it's like zero visibility.
I was going to say you're in darkness down there.
It's not so much darkness. Imagine you're diving in a chocolate milkshake.
Right,
It's
okay.
just dark brown water. Can't see your hand
Slight
into your
shadows,
face.
maybe.
Your fingertips searching. Literally, it can be painstakingly slow. Kit's very, very, very heavy until you get in the water, and then you become what's known as neutrally buoyant. So that weight, you can't feel that weight.
Right, okay, with
So
you.
yeah, we just need to be rock bottom. So you see all these beautiful videos of people diving in the Red Sea in Egypt and the Med, and they're sort of floating in this crystal blue sea. That is not what I know as diving. I'm rock bottom in some
proper.
dirty river, pitch black, 3 o'clock in the morning, fingertips searching for whatever I'm looking for. Going on from what I said about sort of diving in chocolate milkshake and zero visibility, an aid that we use is an underwater metal detector.
Okay.
So depending on what the job is, the task is, we might be looking for something quite intricate, quite small. that's made from metal, whether that be a piece of jewellery or what we would do then is use this metal detector to go back to the site where we located and just run this over. Like I said, it's zero visibility a lot of the time. This metal detector, obviously it doesn't go beep, beep, beep because that's useless under the water. So it's got lights which illuminate up here, which would indicate a signal being picked up.
Yeah.
But also the handle vibrates. Like I said, visibility, I might not be able to see those LEDs lighting up, but the handle just vibrates.
Yeah,
So what's that there? This is our sonar van then. Less equipment in here, but it's bigger equipment. So at the rear, we've got a boat and an engine. That is what we'd operate the sonar, up and down, and if needs be, we could also dive into that. So if we're in the middle of a lake and we get a sonar target, which is, you know, sort of worth diving, then the divers would get on board the boat, drop down and do a spot dive around that area to try and locate what's been identified.
What have we got? A marker boy?
Pete's in the boat.
Yep.
He's driving along and he sees something come up on his laptop that he thinks is, you know, worth a diver investigating.
Yeah.
You know, the shape, the shadow, the sort of indications are correct. So what would happen is someone else on the boat would then, Pete would go, right, we're going over it now on the sonar. They would drop this in, this uncoils, sinks to the bottom, that stays on the surface and it's a marker.
It's a marker, right.
So that would be a marker for the diver to go, okay, cool. I know it's within a 5 metre vicinity of that marker. I'll go down and have a little look
And
around.
that's your anchor.
And that's just the weight to keep that in position, yeah.
That's clever.
And we'll have 3 or 4 of these. So what we try and do is triangulate, you know, a search area. So you drop one marker buoy, come back from maybe from a different angle in the boat, drop another marker buoy, do it again. We call it the Union Jack method. So you go sort of cross, cross, diagonal, diagonal.
Yeah.
And that would be our search pattern, and at the same time dropping marker buoys in so you can triangulate resection, basically, an area that would be worth searching.
Now let's take a look at SGI's world famous side scan sonar.
This is one of the most high frequency side scan sonars in the world. This will find footprints on the seabed, on the riverbed. We're searching. This enables us to find missing people extremely quickly. We can scan, when we can scan up to 30 metres out either side of the boat to see a body.
Right.
It's crystal
So
clear.
you've got side sonar?
Yeah, this is side scan, so it sends a signal out and it will hit the target on the bottom, and a body will look like a body.
Right,
To us,
yeah.
if it's that clear. And if people, we conducted searches where firefighters and so on have been walking, searching with poles,
Yeah.
we can see their footprints on the bottom.
Oh, wow.
It's that good.
How much would a piece of kit like this set you back?
This bit of kit here was, at the time when we bought this 2 years ago, the latest model, was £53,000.
£53,000. Just for this.
Just for that and the cable and the laptop. But
Wow.
it is the best. Then we've got our other ones. We got 3 sonars. So this is another one, which is a slightly different model. Computers built into the lid of here rather than a rugged laptop. And this is our original. This is the bit I like. I was the first person to bring side scan sonar into the UK for forensic use in
Really?
1999. I went out to the States. I looked at what they were doing. This is America. This is an antique now.
So you kind of innovated it in this
Yeah,
country.
I innovated side scan.
You heard that here. Peter Falding
Yeah.
innovated
Side scan
side scan sonar in
the
this
UK
country.
for forensic service. They were using it in America, but I was the first person.
What
in the
year
UK.
was that?
1999.
1999.
So we done extensive trials with it, and we got down to stages where we could find a lady's handbag in a river with weapons and all sorts. But this is an antique now, but this in them days was £33,000.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of
But this kit enables us to bring closure to families quickly. We can search a large reservoir in a day, no problem, and find somebody where divers might never find it.
Yeah.
This is really, really important underwater search equipment.
What is this massive torpedo, Peter?
Well,
that is huge.
Yeah, this is a magnetometer. So this is a giant underwater metal detector. And the idea of this, if you've got a missing car or in a river or something, side scan sonar might see it, but if you've got a massive wide area and it's buried under silt, this will go through the silt and give us a signal. So you've got a buried vehicle under silt or in weed, where the sonar will not see through weed or reeds. You only it'll see down on the riverbed.
Yeah.
But if there's thick weed and we were looking for something metallic, we might need this. We also use a range of underwater metal detectors as well.
Oh, really?
Which is a really another important
that's
bit of what
interesting.
we've got. We can tow that behind the bow. Anything metallic, quite like a shotgun, this will pick up. This technology has got specialist software. Well, this is quite basic. This is a meter readout. Well, this has got, but that's quite heavy.
That is. That's got a lot. That's got a lot of weight to that.
So this isn't what they call an underwater drone. You know, there's ROVs. I can show you a submarine next door. There's different types of kit we've got.
Oh, wicked, wicked. And am I right to think that this wire will connect to here?
Yes.
Which will then connect to
That's
the
correct.
screen,
Yep.
and then
Yep.
your workers, your lads that are on the boat.
Here on myself.
You've got point A, which is
Yep.
sonar looking for whichever missing person it may be.
Yep.
Into point B, information goes through.
Yep.
Point C, you can
We
see
read the
there.
data, and the good thing about this
Brilliant.
data, it's stored, so it's permanently there.
Yeah.
So I can then go back after a search and review the data.
Yeah.
It gives me the location, and you know, it gives me everything I need to know within the hour we've normally found.
It just shows as well the importance of wearing a life jacket.
Yeah, well,
Isn't it?
absolutely. That's why I'm passionate about water
Yeah,
safety.
absolutely.
So that we, you know, the life jacket. We wear a life jacket at work. We have a rule. You know, no life jacket, no job. It's a simple.
I like that, I like that.
It's really
Motto,
clear
yeah.
that everyone wears a life jacket. There's a lot of investment here.
And as me and some of the team discuss the equipment a bit more, this happened.
I'm not sure. Guys are gone.
Should we?
Just let them get on with it.
I cut that.
So as you can see there, the lads got called out on a real life emergency. I don't know what happened. Pete said it's confidential and he went to the control room.
This is open 24/7 as it says. So any emergency calls, any calls that come in that we're required on the multiple projects that we're involved with,
Yeah.
all calls will come in here. So initially it comes through to the office, gets patched through to here. When the office go home at night, this takes calls.
Right.
And if a call comes in during the daytime, the switchboard, it comes patched straight through here. The team get mobilised from here as well. And the paging, vehicles are tracked from here, pages are activated from, so off duty, bleepers go off and it's controlled by the operator.
Oh,
here.
brilliant.
So it is 24/7.
And is that 365 days?
365 day year,
Christmas Day, everything? Yeah.
every single day of the year this operates.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense because anyone can go, any emergency can happen
Yeah.
on any day of the year,
Exactly.
can't
Yep.
it? So
That's it. And obviously there's a lot of stuff we've got in here which we shut the screens down on, but
Yeah,
there's a lot,
yeah.
lot of other confidential stuff we deal with.
Now we have a very special delivery for Mr. Falding.
Yeah, this is Luke.
Hi, you Luke.
Nathan,
Yes,
Yeah,
Nathan,
nice to meet you.
my-
Nice to meet you.
one of my team leaders. You didn't meet the other day. 'cause
No,
he
no,
was-
I met a
he
few
was
of
on
them, but I didn't meet you, no.
He was on another job, like a lot of them were. So we're all over the place.
Yeah.
Very
Um,
busy.
Yeah, very busy team. Nice. Oh,
We
great.
did life check-up, so
Oh, great, okay.
served it with the rest of them, give it a
Oh,
service.
cheers, mate. So,
Patient test and everything.
so that's my life jacket that I wear when I'm working. It's what they call a hybrid life jacket. So it's got foam in it and it blows up as well. But they have to be serviced. at
Oh, have you
work.
just
So-
served? You just
yes,
served?
yeah, we,
Yeah.
We
the,
service
the
all.
guys are licensed to service life jackets. You have to be approved to do it. So
Oh, no way.
they check it and undo.
Is that more of a pricey? Get it on.
Get it on.
Get it on. Let's get it on.
So you go on through there
Yep.
and zip up there. And go on there. Yeah, same builders.
Yeah, we're kind of the same, aren't we?
And then they go underneath, under here, like that.
Little demonstration
Yeah,
as well going on.
demonstration, And then that's it. They're probably a little bit tight, but
So you're saying this is your life
that's
jacket?
my one.
Well, it was yours. See you later, guys. Mine now.
It's good to see that Peter practices what he preaches. Always wear a life jacket. Better to be safe than sorry.
What have we got inside of this?
So
vehicle?
this is another area that we cover, which is working at height. So anything on ropes, anything that requires us to be up high, whether that be a man-made structure or a natural structure like trees, for example. So obviously all our vans are loaded with lots of kit, and we like to keep them really nice and tidy, just for ease, because we never know what we're going to come to, we never know what we're going to get to when we arrive somewhere. So we need to know where something is so we know exactly where to grab it from, just for that sense of urgency.
Yeah.
You know, looking to reduce that time where we could be actually potentially up trying to rescue someone. So with the kit itself, then it's like I said, it's working at height. So as you'd probably expect, loads and loads of ropes.
Yeah.
These 2 bags are full of what's known as rigging kits, so lots of carabiners, lots of rigging plates, lots of safety sort of equipment, which is going to help us sort of do our working at height thing. So with regards to working at height, that is sort of 50% of it, but a lot of the time if we're rescuing people, we might need some sort of various tools. So again, the van is very well equipped with lots of power tools, but also hand tools. There's sometimes we might not be able to get power sources up to some of the locations, so we have, you know, an array of power tools and hand tools for every eventuality, basically. A stretcher as well, so again, if we're lowering a casualty down, this is a fully rated stretcher, so we can actually put somebody in there on lines and then lower them down safely, which is different to the orange stretcher we saw earlier in the dive van. That just sits in the water or stays on the ground, or is lifted just by, you know, some people. But this is actually, you could dangle someone out of skyscraper.
Proud to serve this country, because this is our country, and you know, this company is proud to serve. That's always good to see. That's on all the vans. Put the flag up there, looking after our people, saving our people, rescuing our people. And yeah, we're proud to serve, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Now it's time for me to have a quick chill out, read the paper, and go for a cheeky lie down.
Luke?
Where is he?
Luke? What's he doing?
What? I was just testing out.
We haven't got time. I've got a
Testing
job
out
for
the
you.
boat, Peter.
I've got a job for you to do next door.
You got any job? Peter's kindly invited me down to Specialist Group International to have a look around, look at all the equipment, see what goes on here. Look what he's got me doing. Washing the pots. He's got me here under false pretences to come and wash the pots. I knew that there was an ulterior motive.
You may stand there with your bruise looking all smug, but I've already got revenge planned out.
So this is a remote operated vehicle, ROV. They're good for deep quarries in clear water.
Right.
But what we tend to use, this has got a manipulator on the front that it can retrieve evidence. So we had 2...
Oh, is that like a little
Yes,
grabby
claw.
claw?
It's a claw. So we were searching for 2 missing divers in the National Dive Centre in Chepstow, 70 metres of water.
Yeah.
This was the piece of equipment that found them. Because there were so many big boulders on the bottom, they were lodged between the boulders.
Right,
So
yeah.
we actually used this to search the bottom. We were called in by the police, even the Somerset Police, and to actually search the depths with this, and that's what we found them with. And then we've done a joint operation with the Somerset Police to then do the recovery using their divers, our technology, our boats, their boats, and it was a really horrible job to do going forward. But this is where this kit comes in handy. This can also search under ships as well, because the cameras move up and down. You've got the powerful lights built onto the front. You've also got a sonar on here, which is a forward-facing sonar, so we can scan out in front of the...
I just want to get a little shot of these cameras here. So these cameras you say move around, Peter?
They do, they go up and down.
Up and down, and yeah, you can actually see the mechanism right there.
They go
yeah.
up and down.
And this is sonar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the sort of equipment, but much bigger, that would have been used to find the missing submarine, submersible.
Oh, really?
And sonar equipment as well.
Wow.
So this is
The recent
this is what
Titan.
Ray would have used now. That was way up this depth. I mean, that is highly specialist kit. But this is a great piece of equipment as well.
And is it what would it be controlled by?
This is controlled on surface by a pair of joysticks.
Okay.
A flight down deep, and then I can see exactly what's on the monitor. This is the sort of equipment people don't have. This is really expensive. I mean, when we bought this one, it was around 80,000. 80,000 £80,000. So a lot of money, but very useful in certain searches where the sonar will scan a large area.
Yeah.
This is better for deep quarries under ships, that type of thing.
Let's go and take a look inside of the incident support unit.
So this is our incident support unit. It's a welfare unit. So out if we're diving in the winter or any other type of incident, the team are looked after. You've got the sink, you've got the cooker, which is all there.
Oh, brilliant.
We've got a grill, we've got a fridge under here. and then we go through there, and we've got a changing room. So this is
Back
heated.
here?
Yeah, this is a shower, a toilet in the back. We've got everything, food in the cupboards. We're ready to go. So we're totally
So
self-sufficient.
you're really,
on the scene.
really looking after your lads.
Yeah, it's really important because when you're diving, TV,
Little TV.
we can keep an eye on the news, what's happening. Got a bed here, and there's a safety net which flips up, and again a whiteboard for putting on the wall if we need it for briefings, and it's all there. So a sleeping bag all ready to go. So that's ready made up, and it's there, and it's simple as that. And then and often we have families in here, so we might be talking to the family of the missing person.
Right, yeah. It's like a bit of a kind of a meeting room as well.
You can block it all out, so you can block any people around trying to take pictures, and you can have a private chat.
Oh, really good.
You've
You
got
really.
lights on there. It's been I designed it myself, working with a trailer company, and it's been.
You clearly care about your team. You
Yeah,
clearly look after the lads, and
Well, I work with them. I know what it's like to be wet and cold.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse, and it demoralises you. If the morale goes down, if people are cold, wet, they've just given a bottle of water.
yeah.
That's no good.
No,
You
not at
want hot tea to keep you warm.
Yeah,
in the
hot
winter,
food,
your
like some
hands,
soup
and
or something,
You're sitting
yeah.
here and warm up on a freezing. Most of our work, especially in the winter, is out in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
Rain, shine. We can't say, oh, it's snowing, it's wet. We're there. We've got to do what we need to do. We got a shower, proper shower cubicle.
Oh wow.
Soap ready to go.
Okay, that'll-
It just after a dive in dirty water or any time it's hot, you can go in here and shower down. Hot and cold running water straight out the tank.
Got the shower gel there. Other brands are available.
Here we've actually got a toilet, so we've got our own chemical toilet. It's handy. So again, we're in there, spotlessly clean,
Yes.
soaps, paper towels, everything's ready to go. And this hook's on the back of our vehicle, and it goes on every job with us.
Well, I'll see you in the toilet if you don't mind. Just give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Typical, absolutely typical. Why can't you use the toilet indoors? Are you done yet? You've been in there 15 minutes, Luke. Hello?
Hold on.
Oh, come on. I've got a busy day.
Remember that revenge I had planned?
I wouldn't go in there if I were you.
I want to make a very special thank you to Peter Falding and everybody on the team at Specialist Group International. I spent the whole day there, and they truly have one purpose, that is to search, rescue and recover, and to bring closure to families. They deserve all the admiration and praise in the world, and there's one thing that's for sure: if my child went missing, I know exactly who I would want to call.